Hello everyone, and welcome to Seasonal Watch. Today we're starting Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. I think that's how you pronounce it, or say it. Now, this is a new series for a new season of anime. If you're new here, welcome. Allow me to explain how things work. So, this is a timer reaction, which means you get your own version of the anime, and I'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go, and then you start your anime as I start the timer, because that's when I'm gonna be starting the anime as well. So we're gonna be watching at the same time, like we're watching together. So you're gonna get the full reaction to the full episode. However, I understand if people prefer the edited reactions. I like them too. Because of that, this is kind of like a mix. It's a time reaction, but I also add some scenes here and there to add to it. So it serves two purposes. One, if you're watching along, it will help you sync up better so that you know the exact moment I am in the episode, so that we can go along. Or two, if you're not using your own copy and just watching the video, or rather hearing it, you can see what part of the episode I'm at to get an idea, you know. I've tried to get some scenes in, but sometimes they're too long or something. But yeah. So, welcome and hope you enjoy. Now, as for the series, Frieren Beyond Journey's Ends, what do I know about it? I know it's a fantasy adventure. I know how the protagonist looks, looks like a young girl with white hair, twin tails, elf ears. I don't know if she's actually an elf or just her design has the elf ears. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going in pretty much blind. Now, I have seen news that for first episode they're gonna make a big one, kind of like Oshinoko, but even bigger than that. However, instead they decided to put 4 episodes at once. Obviously, I don't have the time to record all of these 4 episodes today. I'll try to record 2 today, and then try to do 2 next weeks, and then 2 the next one, and then we'll be caught up. But because Reign of the Seven Spellblades is still going on, it's gonna be a bit tough to record 3 episodes for a Monday or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try my best, but no promises there. But without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah. I normally don't watch or hear the opening for the first 3 episodes. However, because this one released 4 at once, which I'm pretty sure it's like the prologue arc, I feel like it's best to watch and hear the opening and ending starting on the 5th episode. So if I do manage to record 2 episodes this week and 2 episodes next week, only the week after am I gonna be hearing and watching the opening and ending. So then I'm staying blind, not watching it, not hearing it. I'm just gonna pay attention to this timer to get an idea. About a minute and a half in, I'm gonna jump into it. So yeah, I have no idea what's gonna be going on. Like I said, all I know is a fantasy adventure, and I know how the protagonist looks, so I can identify her, Frieren. But that's all I got. So anything else that's going on, it's news to me. Where did I... I'll get that later. So we got about 5 seconds left. And yeah, let's go. All real, the land where souls rest. Many souls gathered there, and I spoke with the friends who once fought alongside me. The legendary mage Flamus, or something like that. Frieren. That's how you pronounce her name, huh? Frieren. Oh, that's her voice. I did not expect her voice to be like that. Oh, so the Demon King is dead and they're coming back. So that's... Oh, Beyond Journey's End. Okay, yeah, I get the title. Oh yeah, if she's an elf or something of the sort, she does have a long life ahead of her. So I have no idea how old she is now, so... Not really sure how much of that. See then, Beyond Journey's End. Okay. Bum bum. I guess like the parade of thanking them for defeating the Demon King. Bum bum. It's kind of interesting that a story starting from this point, the after story. Himmel, Eisen, and Aita. Frieren. Okay. So we have the knight, the warrior, the priest, and the mage. Chapter 6, the last battle. Okay. So we got their names for a moment there, but kind of hard to remember that. There's Himmel, Eisen, I think, and Hydro, or something like that. I think I butchered all the names. Okay. Right? They started with 10 copper coins, and look at them now. Yeah, they keep calling him out on that, like, he's supposed to be a priest. And this dwarf with the beard that covers all his face but the eyes is kind of funny design. So we're getting a glimpse. Himmel and Ethan. And Heinter. And that's a priest. Now, is there anything they're going to talk about Frieren? So she fell to a mimic trap. So she is an elf. Okay. Confirmed. But at the same time, yeah, it was fun. A 10-year adventure. I mean, for an elf, it's mere 10 years. Call him an old man's rude, but saying that he didn't change at all. So saying that he was like this the whole time. Like, so a meteor shower? Whoa. Yeah. The Era meteor shower. Once every 50 years. How many more of these will Frieren see? Yeah. Kinda nice. Have it to mark the start of a new era. I'm having a moment here, don't spoil it. Next time I'll spoil. That's the thing. Who knows if he'll be alive 50 years from now? I mean, it's possible he will be an elderly then, but you're gonna be in a much better state than he is. Maybe Aizen as well, but Himmel and Heiken are gonna be elderly, if alive. Especially Heiken, because he seems to be the oldest. For the next 100 years or so. Yeah, how long has she been around? I wouldn't say it's a trifling thing, even for a long age, because elves are normally like 300 years or so, right? I mean, I guess it depends on the fantasy world, but usually somewhere around that. So 50 to 100 years is still like 15, 30 years of a human life, or if not like, or more even. More or less? Well, something around that. Put it like 20 years. And she got in another mimic trap, huh? Yeah, 1530 sounds about right. When you're 30, I wonder how many years has passed since the Demon King defeated. Couldn't the priest like purify it or something like that? Oh, okay, so it's been almost 50 years. Yeah, a lot's gonna be changed since then. Now, is Himmel still alive? Oh, they're about to cook it? Yeah, well, look at that old man. Yeah, he's only human. But he still has the same personality, I see. Hey, he remembered. Oh, okay. Oh, you left in the cabinet that's exhibiting the aura. A treasure entrusted by a friend. I didn't know it was like that important and that she was gonna get it back. Yeah, that's the different view of an elf and a human. Oh, look at the statue of them. Really calling him out on that. I wonder if we're gonna get to see the others. Enko and I. Oh, there we go. That answers my question. Hi there. Yeah, said Henko. A bishop now. Honestly, Hyder changed so little in 50 years compared to Himmel. And yeah, the dwarf looks the same. Ah, didn't remember it. Yeah. They're old now. They're elderly, so. Remembering their old adventure days. But it's kind of interesting to see the after story, focus on the after story. It's a very refreshing take, you know. I just wonder what we're gonna be doing moving forward. A very big doggy. Just nonchalant. For them, this is very special. They've been together for 10 years. Oh, seeing the reflection of the lake, I see what she means now by how this place is great to watch the era meteor shower. There's no buildings on the way, you can see everything clearly. There's the reflection of the lake. Everything quiet now. Yeah, I was waiting for this moment that was gonna happen. Email is gone. And I'm surprised you lived longer than him, sir. But I mean, considering your appearances when you were elderly. But see, they're being buddies with Frieren. Like, they're bringing attention to themselves, not just put all the shame on her. Like, hey, we're also his companions for 10 years. We're not sad or anything. Like, pay attention to us. But yeah, life and death are a completely different meaning for long-living races. Oh, all those memories. Yeah, and there it is. It's finally showing the sadness. Yeah. A completely different feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, like, Who knows if he'll ever see them again. Right? He's also a drinker. So, once again, I'm surprised he lived longer than Himmel. I guess that's the benefit of being a holy person. We'll surely be living a good life in heaven after death. It still has the same insults to him after 50 years. It's refreshing, I would imagine. Aw, she wants to learn more about humans now. Their life's coming to their end. So yeah, even he's getting old. He may not seem like it, but... yeah. Like, he doesn't age as quickly as Emo and Aito, but he's still getting old. Elves are just a different breed, you know? So I guess this anime is gonna be about her learning about humans and how short-lived they are compared to her. The journeys and... okay, I thought it was gonna be like the ending playing, but no. "20 years after the death of Himmel the hero on the outskirts of the holy city." Look at this child. Hi there. 20 years after Himmel dead. Yeah, I don't think Hyther's... oh. Once again, color me surprised. Right? Like... okay, I get... once again, I guess that's the benefits of being a holy man. Like... it has been 70 years after their journey, which took 10 years. So they joined up together 80 years ago. How old was he? A war orphan. Yeah, she's trying to get to know people more now. Yeah, take her as an apprentice, right? And that way you're gonna get to know a human more as well, you know? Oh, I see. I'm in. Maybe because you are such a skilled mage, like, you can protect her, you know? Okay, so he has a second request. Plus spells of resurrection and immortality. 5 or 6 years. He probably won't be alive by then, but I was wrong twice. To take care of Frieren? And putting a brave face? Yeah. You're more afraid of dying now because you're looking after somebody else, I imagine. Enough time so that Frieren can live off on her own. And there it is again. You just help out. Don't take her full in as an apprentice, but while you're around, just help out. I wonder if she has something. Okay, so great mana control. Blast a hole in the rock all the way over there. Very impressive. But it's very similar to the magic she was using back when she was traveling with them to go after the meteor shower. I see. Up. I'm not gonna be hearing the ending song. Not yet. Let's wait until episode 5 to hear it, which is gonna take a bit. I imagine there won't be anything after credits, but I'll still wait for it just in case. Because you never know, especially with a new series. Like, but yeah, this is an interesting plot, I guess. Very different from your usual fantasy plot. But really wonder where we're gonna be heading from here. Is she gonna be taking care of Frieren moving forward and learning more about the short human lives? Like, is that our objective in the story at the moment? I mean, for now it seems like it, but still early to say. But yeah, we had Himmel, who was a knight and ended up dying. He got elderly and small and bald. We have Hyther, who was a priest, became a bishop, and he lived many years. Like I said, he joined the party 80 years ago. One second. Well, that was Absol. So, as I was saying, like, let's make a summary of our hero party. We had Himmel, the knight. Very self-conscious and about his appearance and a bit narcissistic. However, he, just like Eisen, he ends up putting too much of a bravado, you know, which got him and Eisen in trouble with the king when they first met.
王様が広場に僕たちの彫像を作ってくれるそうだ。まあイケメンであるこの僕を忠実に再現できるかどうかは甚だ疑問だがね。
旅立ちの日にヒンメルとアイゼンが王様にタメ口聞いて処刑されかけたり。君にとっては軽い気持ちで預けたものかもしれないけど、僕にとっては大切な仲間から預かった大事なものなんだ。
らしくないね。進んで人助けするようなたちじゃないでしょう。ヒンメルじゃあるまいし。
Aizen is a dwarf warrior. He just looks a beard and eyes under the helmet, you know. There's not much of his face. And he had, like I said before, with Himmel, he put on a like brave bravado, and which got them in trouble with the king. He doesn't seem to talk much though, and yeah, he ages slower than humans, obviously, as a dwarf, but you can't compare to an elf, so even he's starting to get old. Well, she looks just the same as she did 70 years ago. Well, I guess 50, because we haven't seen him 20 years later, so she looks just the same as 50 years ago. He may seem the same, but apparently he's still getting older, and he's turning elderly somewhat.
旅立ちの日にヒンメルとアイゼンが王様にタメ口聞いて処刑されかけたり。
アイゼンはあまり変わっていないね。
そうか、そう見えるか。
さすがドワーフ。
もう斧を触れるような年じゃないんだ。人生ってのは衰えてからの方が案外長いもんさ。
And then we have Highton, who is a very drunk, a alcohol-loving priest, which she consistently calls him a corrupt priest, though at some point I feel like that's just became a friendly jab, like he doesn't really take it seriously. He still very friendly and everything, hovering for her, like during the funeral and everything, taking care of War Orphan and wanting Frieren to help out and everything. And yeah, even though he was saying how he's not afraid of death, how their journey to defeat the Demon King will surely give them a happy life, happy afterlife, you know. But that was just bravado, like a brave face he was putting in front of his friends. Like, as anybody, he fears death. Of course, it's normal. But as time goes on, he fears more and more death, and I feel like it has to do with the fact that he took Frieren, you know, a child he's looking after. After it's gone, who's gonna take care of her?
酒が飲める仕事がいいですね。
お前ソウルだろ。
まあまあフリーレン、こうしてただ酒も飲めるわけですし、それでいいじゃないですか。
生臭坊主。
ハイターが二日酔いで役に立たなかったこともあったな。
週に一度はそうだったからな。
悲しい顔一つしないなんて白状だね。
おやおや、私たちもしていませんよ。司教は真面目にやれ、この白状者。
ハイターは死ぬのが怖くないの？
私たちは世界を救った勇者パーティーですよ。死後は天国で贅沢三昧に決まっています。南側諸国の繊細孤児でした。
死ぬのは怖くないんじゃなかったの？
もう一つは前より死ぬのが怖くなったから。
So he's looking at wanting Frieren to look into that immortality and long life. Like, sure, it may not give him immortality, but at least live a couple more years to help Frieren out to develop so that she can take care of herself. of course, that part of Fern is conjecture on my part. Like, I'm not entirely sure that's his reasoning, or it's just afraid of death, you know, wanting to live as long as possible, because honestly, he's doing an amazing job at that. 50 years afterwards, like, they even mentioned how he was looking like an old man. 50 years later, I thought he would be gone, especially looking at how Himmel was, but no, he was doing just fine then. And then 20 years after that, still fine. Actually, there might be even more time between when they went to the Air Meteor Shower revisit and Himmel's death. Like a couple years there possible. But they didn't mention it. And then 20 years later, he's still alive and kicking. And finally gave up drinking. So yeah, a good fella, as much as she mentioned that he's a corrupt priest. And finally, but certainly not least, we have Frieren, the long-living elf mage that has been around since the beginning, and she certainly falls into traps easily, even when she's warned. And the mimics and everything. She's always collecting spells. And because of her long-lived species, she doesn't really pay much attention. Like, oh, it's just 10 years, nothing. Or just a mere 10 years. So I might come visit in like 50 or 100 years from now, you know. Just visit. And yeah, well, when Himmel died, she didn't seem to be that much affected by it, but as he was being borrowed, she's starting to tear up and actually feel it, like, he's gone. I really didn't get to know him that much, you know. We traveled together and everything, but we had a certain distance between us. We never really got to know each other in that time, and now he's gone like this. For her, it's gone in a flash. So she's became more curious and wants to learn more about human life. You know, how short-lived they are, and want to get to know them better.
魔法使いフリーレン。ミミックに食われかけた時は置いてこうかと思ったぞ。
散々罠だって言ったのにマジかよ。
このエルフ置いてかない。
短い間だったけどね。
短い？何を言ってるんだ？ 10 年だぞ。
100年くらいは中央諸国を巡る予定だから、まあたまには顔を見せるよ。
50年も100年も彼女にとっては些細なものなのかもしれませんね。
そんな大層なものじゃないんだけどな。
あの子ヒンメル様の仲間なんだって。悲しい顔一つしないなんて白状だね。
たった10年一緒に旅しただけだし、なんでもっと知ろうと思わなかったんだろ
う。魔法収集の旅か。
うん、それもあるけど、私はもっと人間を知ろうと思う。
However, even after all that, she doesn't take apprentices, as she's well aware that apprentice mages die easily in battle because they don't really know how to deal with the battle experience, you know, to move around, casting the spells, strong enough spells. And unlike a knight or a warrior, they're very fragile, so a mistake can cost them their lives. And so she doesn't want to have the responsibility of her end up dying in her hands. Something that she was granting Haito's wish, you know. So it would put a heavy burden on her, and she doesn't want to deal with that. So she just rejected having an apprentice. However, it seems as she is still around, deciphering the old magic book, she's gonna help out teaching her some magic. And it seems like she isn't completely fond of magic, or at least not back then. So when she asked Fern, does she like magic? She said somewhat, like, huh, like me.
魔法使いとしての素質があります。あなたの旅に連れて行ってくれませんか。
実践での見習い魔法使いの死亡率は知ってるでしょ。友人から預かった子を七に送るつもりはないよ。
解読をお願いしたいのです。できますか。
まあ5、6年もあれば。
それと解読の片手間で構わないので、フェルンに魔法を教えてあげてはくれませんか。
まあそのくらいなら。魔法は好き？
ほどほどでございます。
私と同じだ。
Speaking of Fern, so a war orphan that Hythel took in, and she seems like very capable to be a mage. Like, he even pointed that out and everything. And she can cover her a presence. I thought that was some kind of talent for something here and there, but then Frieren explained that has to do with her control of mana, how she can keep it under wraps, and so it's very much covered, which in turn hides her presence. And even at a young age, she's very capable of using magic, just like Frieren was using against that giant dog thing on their travel 20 years ago. However, it doesn't have that much range to it, so it can't reach the stone on the other side to destroy it, which seems to be her final task. So I wonder if Frieren's gonna help train her up to that while she's around for those 5 or 6 years.
南側諸国の繊細孤児でした。フェルンには魔法使いとしての素質があります。
やっぱり魔力探知にほとんど引っかからない。卓越した魔力の操作技術だ。この年で一体どれだけの研鑽を積んだんだ。あれはね。
ハイター様にあの一番岩を打ち抜けば一人前になれると言われました。
Well, yeah, that is our first episode. Kind of sad to see Emo go and how they reacted to it, especially when Frieren broke. Like, they were even pointing out how she was very stoic with the death of her ally and everything, her partner during those 10 years journey. Yeah, she wasn't showing even a bit of emotion in his funeral. But then she broke, and yeah, that was very sad. Unfortunately, we as viewers didn't have much time to be together with Himmel and the others, so we only got a glimpse of their adventure, so we couldn't really get as attached to him as Frieren, Aito, and Eisen were. But I'm very curious where we're gonna head to with this, because it seems to be a very popular manga or something like that, so there's definitely something special about it. Just curious to see what it is. But that's all for this episode, and see you next time. Bye!